Hello peeps and hello peppers and welcome to Lundi the Monday Puffin. If you've never been here, my name is Frida Martins and I am an artist with multiple disabilities living in Iceland, and I find it royally funny that the French word for Monday is identical to the Icelandic word for puffin. So I'm always trying to use Mondays as a occasion to talk about something Icelandic. And I think it's very Icelandic to say I'm pondering about the life that I want. Like, okay, now it's Tuesday, almost high noon, because yesterday I was sort of like a bear hibernating. Actually, have I ever mentioned that the Icelandic word for bear is a valid first name, like both for the male and the female? Like the male is Björn, like, and I think everybody has heard like Björn because of the band ABBA, and there is a female version of that, Birna, that I have not heard in other languages, but Birna is, yes, a female bear. And I know ladies who are called like that. I have never seen a bear in Iceland, and I have never seen a bear interfere with a puffin. But principally, the Norsemen have seen bears, and like a couple of years ago, they had something in the paper where they sort of borrowed a circus bear from Norway, and they called him Bamse, like teddy bear. I have never seen Bamse in person, and I really hope that people who send animals back and forth for showing them are more considerate about animal welfare than in the olden days. I tried once again to like make a whole week plan and month plan and year plan with a triangular car. Let's say this triangular car actually existed as a concept 70 years ago in reality, constructed by an airplane constructor named Dornier, and he just simply called it the Delta. And he tried to find people who would build and market that. And like the people were supposed to sit back to back. And the doors were supposed to flip open with this spiral upwards. Don't ask me how you close them again. You probably had a stick. Like I'm fishing up everything with my walking stick, like things that are above me, things that are below me. And yes, such a variety of such cars with the doors flipping open up or sideways were also marketed as actually disability cars for people who were wounded in the war back in the day. But actually, there is only one prototype. And I have actually visited that prototype in person in a museum, and it's really tiny. And actually, the idea is pretty practical. Someone actually changed the construction a bit and made the door flip sideways. And there were really ample advertisings for this, like, more developed car that was called Janus. Like that you could go on a holiday with such a teeny tiny car, because since this was so compact, you could put like the luggage somewhere also, and you could technically flip those seats over so you could sleep in this car. I believe it when I see it. I also sometimes hear the theory that people grow taller nowadays because of more better nourishment. But okay, to cut a long story short, when I'm drawing the car like this huge, it seems towering. And like, by the way, if I understand that right, the one and only Delta can't drive anymore because when this guy took a test drive, the axis broke. So what that has to do with me, like I'm small, I'm compact, I'm maybe God's experiment, and when I'm trying to make the small and compact me bigger and overbearing, that can be a problem. Because okay, years ago, when I showed someone a book with my day plans and I stuck washi tape over the stuff that I did or did not do, then the person told me that was a waste of washi tape. But I think it's actually not a waste of washi tape because, like, especially when this is half see-through, I can see what has not worked of my very ambitious plans. Because like I was in a meeting yesterday all evening, and this meeting was really fun, and this meeting also like dealt with the life that I want to live, or the life that people want to create for themselves, especially when they live alone. And I only managed to knit some, like crochet some of the cap that I tried to. But okay, then I didn't have any energy anymore for the rest, and I have to do the rest like in the morning, because like whenever something off the list doesn't work, I have to check how relevant this is still. And how much I can stuff in the teeny tiny car, how much plan. The 1 minute every sketch, for instance, is not working before lunch. But I'm making the best out of it. And like, yeah, here I made the wheels also sort of like spirals. So, yes, in the winter depression, I'm sometimes going into a downward spiral, but this is becoming part of my humor. I guess when you had the real Delta car or also Janus car, you had to check really well where you put your luggage. Like, actually, I could tell this story. Like, let's say my father, who has been long deceased, but his memory lives on. He taught me this, like, sketching something that you couldn't explain with words. And actually, he drew the Janus car for me like this. And like, he didn't explain that the Janus was based on the Delta, but I would come to love the Delta a lot. And yeah, so yeah, he drew this with stickmen, and he actually just wanted to explain something that he loved. But little did he know that he actually created a livelihood for me. And like the other day, a friend of mine told me, like, the way you describe your father, he actually had a lot of strength and humor, and you have his strength, and who knows, without that you may not even be here anymore. And he loved birds. He he loved all animals. So but he never drew me a puffin. He mostly told me funny stories about these micro cars that were like really common in the 50s and 60s. Yes, my parents were already older when they had me. And I think that's not a state secret. And like now that we're supposed to talk about Iceland, whenever I try to tell people funny stories about these microcars, actually the Icelandic people don't understand what I'm talking about unless I show them on the internet. Because let's say Iceland in itself was not really affected by the war, and like the British and American soldiers just walked in and said, now this country is occupied, if I understand that right. There are a lot of good resources to Google. And let's say it is often conveyed to me that Iceland only got like technology and some stuff like that because of the war. And of course they had like always enough to eat because they had all the fish. And so they didn't experience the same thing as the Germans. So they never had to be that inventive to build micro cars. I think the situation with cars might be interesting now because like the city of Reykjavik is very creative with always building something new, also in ways that piss people off. So such micro cars with supposed ample room for luggage might become interesting in the light of the parking space problem in the city. Some micro cars like the BMW Isetta have actually also participated in rallies over mountains. But yeah, since I read that the axis of the Delta broke even in a test ride, I would doubt that it would be suitable for the like longer stretches in the countryside. But well, I think life is about learning from construction mistakes, and I really hope that society is also like learning to allocate resources better. And okay, now I made the wheels too big. In reality, they are really, really tiny. But maybe we can think about like what gets us rolling. And my biggest resource at the moment is time. So and my time is up. So I hope you can have a beautiful day with whatever keeps you rolling, whatever rocks your boat in a positive way. Bye bye.